How is your Monday going? Mine looks like the front garden getting pulled up to create a more sensible place to park. You didn't know, we moved into our new home about 4 weeks ago now, and we've had a massive push on the inside, from new furniture to redecorating. You name it, we've done it. Looks like a brand new home, and it needed a lot of love. But what we quickly realized was that the only place to park our freaking cars was here. And it just seemed like a waste of space, and also a bit of a pain in the ass to get in either side. Although the front drive doesn't seem like it'd be a major priority, it has been, which is why we've got the dumpers, diggers, and we've got somebody excavating the whole of the front yard to be able to create an in and out drive. And they say whenever you start a project, whatever you think you're going to spend, double it, maybe triple it. All right, team, we're back in the gym. Started here this morning, did a few bits of work, headed home to make sure I could push a few things along on the outside. And with any kind of building work, it's got to get worse to get better. And as you can see, it's in some state. But it's exciting. And you know, we bought this house 4 weeks ago now, and very quickly it's gone from doing some decorating to suddenly doing a whole outside renovation and in and out drive. So I'm very excited to show you guys that. But I'm in the gym now, doing my second bit of prep work leading up to the 500k. Me and one of my very good pals, Jack, are riding from the middle of Spain, Madrid, to the south of Spain in Seville. 5 days, 500k, or just over 500k. I think it's approaching the 550 mark. And it's gonna be a beast. I'm not a natural cyclist, I don't even own a bike, but I like the concept to bikers. I've got time for the training prep, so I'm just kind of ticking the legs over twice a week. Gonna get an hour in here, just over 30k, and just to build that base. So yeah, it's gonna be some challenge, and I know I'm gonna have a shock to the system. I'm always a little bit naive to these events, because I go, yeah, I'll be fine. And then I speak to people and they go, have you got this, have you got that, have you got the other? Have you got this attachment to the bike? Have you got this chafing cream? And I'm like, I just normally show up and blag my way through it. So this is me trying to not blag it. It's time to get fit, really fit. And I've just watched the Lance Armstrong documentary, and I'm just picking up a few bits there. I'm technically a pro now. So yeah, 60 minutes. Let's go get it. Oi, oi, oi. Here we go. 60 minutes on the dot. 30,000 meters. 30k. Whew. That was some shift. I was just checking out the podcast there with Patrick David. I want to share something with you around the difference between catching information, around watching somebody, studying them, and teaching somebody. And he said something really powerful inside this podcast. He said that 90% of how you change somebody's behaviors, habits, activities is how they watch, is what they catch, not from what you teach. 10% is only what you teach. And I thought it was really interesting, because a lot of times when we think about team members, when we think about our kids, family and friends who want to make a change, or you want to help them make a change. But first we need to look at ourselves. Do we show up before they do? When you keep going on to them about showing up on time? Do you say about putting the work in, but you're checking out at 5 o'clock and they're going home after you? These patterns that people watch, these behaviors that people see, the most powerful way for us to influence different activities, different habits, and to evoke somebody to work at a different intensity starts with you. And when you look at life through that lens, it becomes less about teaching or more about becoming. You becoming the person, you being the person. And I thought that was extremely powerful around people catching. You know, when you think about what you've learned and how you operate, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's a combination of how you were brought up at home, what you were influenced at school with, and usually the first few early mentors, whether it was in the job environment or an uncle or maybe your dad, who was the person who taught you who you are today because you watched the activities, the behaviors, the way they operated, the way they handled stress, the way they showed up, even when they didn't feel like it. And I want to share that with you because I think it's a powerful lens for you to look at everything. Personal, professional. People catch 90%, and to teach somebody to make a change is 10%. When you look at it through that statistic, it makes you realize how important it is for you to show up 100%. All right, team, gonna get showered up now and crack on with the rest of this day. It is not every day you have beautiful blue skies like this and the sun out in the UK. So I thought I'd grab my phone. It was meant to be my camera, but the SD card is full. Halfway through filming and debriefing with you guys, we had some technical issues. So hence I'm picking up my iPhone, but this quality is unbelievable, by the way. Unbelievable. Anyway, that was me just wrapping up a call with my assistant. It's a sync that we do every other day. An opportunity for us to align, move projects forward, for her to get things unstuck and move opportunity forward. Her main goal is to move calendar and inbox. That's what she owns and she manages. And it's a big shift that I made about a year and a half ago now, when looking to bring in an executive assistant to be able to help me with admin. Like sometimes gym owners I speak to think that they need to add another team member, but actually adding an assistant to look after your time, protect you, is one of the best investments that you can make. So Danny is somebody who runs pretty much my whole life now. And anyone who wants to book a meeting, anyone wants to jump on a call or have a conversation or scheduling things, she's in charge of. She owns, she runs it. She managed the calendar. And it's a hard one to let go. But once you do let go of it, whoo, boy, the amount of more high value things you're able to work on is massive, really, really big. So lots going on right now, lots going on. We're in the middle of trying to acquire a new location, which is the development being built currently and is going to be ready for Q2 of 2027. So last week and over the weekend, I've been working on a proposal, and I've actually got a call on Thursday to run over a little bit of what the landlords thought of it and whether or not there's going to be some negotiation, which I'm sure there is going to be, because there always is, which is exciting. It's a location that's been on my vision for the last 4 years. Before even taking over our Purley location, it was somewhere that I really wanted to branch out to. And the story of it was that I took my partner out for lunch and we were just walking back to the car, and I saw a location which was an old NatWest bank. So I saw that there was a to let sign outside, rung the agent, and he said, gutted, it's actually just gone. We've got somebody already who's had an offer accepted and da 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 da. But I have got this opportunity that's come up. Brand new development, it's going to be ready in the next year and a half. Would you be interested? Nobody has yet seen it, and we've only just taken it over. And I said, absolutely, get me in. So we've met the landlords or the developers a few times now, and they've come over to the gyms, obviously to try and get a pulse on if we're serious. And luckily, them coming into both of our operations, they'll be able to see what we've been able to build and actually seeing people in there. So we've submitted all of our accounts for the past 3 years, our proposal on what we set out to do, rent-free periods, break clauses and everything like that. And then Thursday will give me a bit of clarity as to what feedback the agent has got from the landlord, so that we can start to put some plans in place in terms of getting this ready for Q2 of 2027, which is very exciting. We've also got T2 Fit Coulsdon, which is the first site that we opened in 2021, coming up to 5 years. And we are doing a massive party on the 16th of May. So a lot of my time has been spent working with people to line it all up, from sending invites out to all of our members, to the actual day itself. So food, like we're going to do canapes, bars, seating areas, DJ, an MC, red carpets. We're going all out at the gym. So that's going to be a world-class event, but a lot organised in a very short space of time. And I'm away end of next week. I'm going skiing for 4 days, and then I'm away beginning part of May for a week with family in Turkey. So there's lots to get done, whilst also trying to hit the last few targets of Q2. We're coming into the final part of March here, and we're a little bit behind on some of our sales targets. So I've been diving in and just really trying to push things forward and make sure that we're onboarding enough people to be able to hit our targets. And that's the real thing I want to share with you here is when it comes down to business, your role as a CEO, as a founder, it's not doing the things that you want to do, it's doing the things that the business needs. It may be more marketing, it may be you jumping on camera more often, it may be you building a little bit more trust in the marketplace, maybe it's you going back on the gym floor to see how things are being run and potentially speaking more to members to get feedback from them. Maybe it's you jumping onto the phone and hearing what people are saying on the phone. Is the sales call being taken the right way? Are you training and operating that department in a way that allows your company to onboard more people and more of the right people that stay and not people that are just transactional and just stay for the 30 days, the 6 weeks and go. It's all about finding the right people where you can over deliver for them on the front end so they become clients for the next 2 or 3 years. So for me, having a big change in the sales department, we've actually had 2 of our team members in the onboarding department transition off, and for me to be able to jump back in and really make a big impact, like I said, it's about doing what is required for the business, and that is the oxygen. If you don't bring on new people, then it becomes a business that's very hard to operate and very hard to make profitable and ultimately create a world-class service. So I'm heading back to the gym now. I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of what's been going on at some of the clubs. Sessions looking world class this morning. Just checked in at both clubs back and now at Causden. So you get a little look into what one of our sessions looks like and our team operating at the highest level.
Game changer. It's 8 o'clock here. Got to be up at 4 tomorrow, so we can get this down me. Get to bed for 9 and go after another busy day. Let's go. It's 4:18. Thursday the 19th of March, and we got lots to get after today. We got interviews. I got one-to-one with one of my personal gym owner clients. We've got calls. We've got training later on this afternoon. Thursdays are days where I spend the morning at home. I drop the girls to nursery, and then I come back, pick the girls up from nursery. Hopefully, if I finish on time, I'll always be back for around 5, where normally I'm back at like 6 o'clock. So it's one of those days that I look forward to in my week, no matter what chaos is going on, no matter how hard the week has been. Knowing that I have those few hours with the girls in the morning, because normally I'm at work I'm normally training at 6 a.m. So I don't get that privilege of being able to be around them. But when I have that Thursday to look forward to, no matter how tough that Monday to Wednesday has been, it gives me everything I need in terms of the fuel, in terms of the energy they give me, in terms of just me being able to switch off around them, enjoy the time, and just have some fun. So I get up early still on a Thursday because I like to get after some work for the first hour and a half, 2 hours before they're up. And that way I'm not chasing my tail later on today when I get into work. And by the way, if you're in the market for a good coffee company, Workshop Coffee, I have a subscription. They deliver these every 2 weeks, and I'm a big fan of the French press. So I switch between this and espresso, so double espresso as I usually have. But it just takes an hour to drink. You can fill it up to about 2 litres and fuels the morning, let's say that. Let's just say that. All right, team. I've been on this for the last hour, just preparing for our all hands company-wide meeting in a week and a half. So I've got my brief here I've been working through and just been diving into wins, reflecting on some gaps, key lessons. There's parts of this that I can't complete yet, just purely because we've got our QSP, our quarterly strategic planning session with the leadership team next Monday. So things such as strategic goals we're going for, or initiatives that we're looking to get after in Q2 haven't yet been defined. But for me, with these kind of meetings, I hate being last minute. I like to really think about how we're going to present this to the whole company, because it's one of the most important moments. You may get half an hour in one given quarter to be able to get everybody aligned and looking forward to the quarter ahead.
Here's one way we approach that question. What we always look at responding, because when somebody asks a question about something, I'm of the belief that you do want to answer the question and give them some indication. So the way I would operate that response is, hey, would love to have a chat about all of our membership pricing. In order for me to know exactly what would work best for you, I first need to understand a little bit more about where you're at, what you're looking to achieve, and what might work best for you. Our prices range from $249 to $399 per month, depending on which option you go for. Is that something you're in a position right now to commit to? And if so, would love to have a conversation if you've got some time later today. You value your time and you're showing that on the call, which means that you're coming across as more valuable. So I don't think that's too brash. And I think you doing that positions you as the high-end service that you are telling people that you are. So I think the way you operate and the way you communicate to prospects tells a lot to the world. I'm a big believer in what you communicate to the world. So what you're doing there is trying to say, if it's not a fit, no stress. I'm looking for this specific person and the world will find those people for you. I look at it through, like, sometimes we can't be picky. So if we've got the capacity there and like that's something that we know in a year's time will probably need to be renegotiated, let's give it 12 months. Let's get them in. Let's figure this out in a year's time and give them access to it. Because actually you're serving her at a high level too, which means the retention is going to be stronger, because the fact that her husband's there for a year is probably her saying that she's in for another year. And, you know, it's a good sign. I'm with you with not being sure. I think it depends on the person and the response they've given. If they've put quite a lengthy response, I'll oftentimes drop a voice note. But sometimes people don't like to be cute. I usually replicate what somebody's given to me. So if somebody's chatting to me on message, I'm going to message them back, because that's probably the medium they enjoy. Whereas if I'm voice noting and they're at work and they can't listen to it till 7 p.m, I've then created a bottleneck because I'm not able to move the conversation forward. Whereas by 7 p.m, I could have had the sale closed. So I usually like to copy what they're doing, unless I'm looking at the profile going, this person seems, they're really chatty on the message and they're really like enthusiastic with what they're putting. I might send the voice note and say, hey, listen, just thought it'd be easier. I hope that's totally cool that I'm dropping you a voice note here. I just thought it'd be easier for me to explain the value of the program. And then you can obviously showcase what you're all about. What's good? I have just got back home, finishing up a few emails, and I thought I'd just check in with you guys. It's been a busy one. We've had one-to-ones this morning. We've had interviews with new team member or potential new team members. One person in particular that is extremely promising for a new role that we've got, which just opened. We've been speaking for the past 6 months, and they popped into my mind the other day, and I thought, you know, this could be a great fit for them. They align extremely well with us. And I just reached out earlier in the week and I said, hey, would love to catch a coffee with you. Are you free? And we had a really good hour together, actually, just talking about the state of the fitness industry, what kind of impact they can have in our department from a sales / onboarding experience. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes, to be fair. So yeah, more to come on that soon. You'd have also seen at the tail end of a one-to-one call with a mentoring client that I have, Tom, top guy, been working with him for the past 5 months, and he has made some incredible leaps inside of his business. He actually came for a VIP half day in November time, and we just pulled his business apart for 4 hours. He got insight into the gym and how I operate and how the team has been able to build a world-class culture. And
brick by brick, we've been slowly working on his leadership qualities, his vision, where he wants to go, organizing things, taking his team from being part-time contracted to bringing them on board full-time, which is a work in progress. And today, as we're at the end of March, we've been specifically gearing up for Q2. And it's one of the most important times for any kind of business owner, mapping out what you're going to be focusing on for the next 3 months. And we will work through 3 specific things. We work through the 3 objectives he has, what he needs to work on in order to move the business forward. We worked on the activities, we call these initiatives. What are the 3 to 5 things per strategic pillar that needs to be true in order for us to hit North Star goals? And the North Star goals are usually the 3 to 5 metrics that if we hit, means that we hit the overall strategic pillars, the 3 goals that we're looking to get after. It may sound complex, but it's very simple. And it just really gets you dialed in and focused on what you need to work on inside the business. We also did a really powerful exercise, which he did before he got into the one-to-one, which is a past, present, future. Reviewing the past 90 days, looking at where he currently is and focusing on what's going to be happening in the future and what he needs to dial in on as the CEO of his company in order to be able to hit certain milestones and goals, which he has leading into the next 3 years. We always work back from 12 quarters, 3 years. And whenever somebody asks me about where their business is, what they should do, an adjustment they may need to make, I always say, where do you want to be? And that way, when you look at where you need to be in 3 years, the decisions become a whole lot simpler. So I've got another half an hour here, just gonna finish up, close the laptop, the girls will be home. So I'll be spending some quality time with them and then checking out for the evening, ready to get off to the last part of the week. So it's been a good one, very positive, feeling good. Things are moving in a really positive direction and I'm excited. So yeah, still got that start-up fire in the belly there. And that's important when it comes to you being in business for a certain period of time. I started my business when I was 19. 2017 was the year I founded. So nearly 10 years in business. And I still feel like I'm in that startup mentality, startup mode. It's nothing quite like it. So yeah, all right team, catch you in a bit.
That was a blow. That was a blow. 5 rounds, 200 meters, max effort, just to finish off the legs. A bit of strength work today, you've seen. Had some squats, lunges. Had a little bit of work around the calves. Getting that core strong. And just wanted to tick the legs over. I'm doing 2 rides a week at the moment. As you would have seen a little bit earlier on in this vlog. Got an hour in the legs, 30K. Got another one of those on Sunday. But I'm still trying to keep up with some strength work, especially at the end of that kind of session. There's not a ton of volume, but it just gives a different stimulus to the legs. A little more intense, short, sharp burst. 5 sets, 40 seconds rest in between each set. And that's me done. Whew.
Hey, when we talk about comfort, there is nothing quite like this combination. Lululemon boxers, I don't know if you got those. The key, I released this about 6 months ago and guys have been hitting me up saying, oh my God, the comfiest boxers I've ever purchased. And now, we got on the T2 Fit socks. We ain't playing games. Is it gonna lock in? We ain't playing games. These are a joke. These are no joke. So, is it gonna follow me down? I'll try and get a leg up so you can see. Bad boys. Bad boy socks. All right, So just wrapped up filming the video for the invitation that we're sending out to all of our clients for our 5-year anniversary. It's going to be on the 16th of May. And yeah, whenever it comes around to a big celebration, 5 years in business is a huge milestone. And when I think back to where we were 5 years ago and where we are today, it's a completely different company. The company's evolved, I've evolved, the people inside it have evolved, not just team, but members. And we want to do something super special. So it starts with the invitation and how everything feels. And this will be going out next week, ready for members to RSVP and for us to start getting our arse in gear with building this celebration and putting it all together, because there's a lot to get done. So it is, 4 o'clock. Got another few hours here. I'm here till 6 p.m. tonight, and then I'm going to my auntie and uncle's because it's my granddad's 80th. So we're going to be doing a big celebration there. And we're actually going skiing next week, as you would have heard me say earlier on in the vlog, to celebrate my granddad's 80th. So he skis incredibly, at 80 even. So there's some goals for you right there. If that isn't your reason to keep training and staying fit and being healthy, then what is? So yeah, wrap up here, head over there for some celebrations, and then up at the crack of dawn tomorrow for a big run. 5 a.m. start, Kenley Aerodrome. It's going to be a good one. Morning. The boys just got here. It is 4:56. We have got, what we got? Go and park up. We've got 5 rounds of 1K sprints today, so we better get after it.
Woo! That's how you start a weekend. 20-minute warm-up, 5-minute PKs, and then into 3 rounds, 5 minutes each at 4:20s. It's pretty punchy. And Jamie's a very good friend of mine. We've been meeting up the past few weekends as he's got a half Ironman that he's preparing for. So it's given me a little bit of an incentive to meet him on a Saturday, catch up, see what's been going on. Newly emerging things that are going on in his landscape, which is in health tech. He's a recruiter. This is me just sending a reminder to you about sprinkling good people across your week. If you feel that you get to the end of the week and your batteries are drained, it's because you're either working on the wrong things or surrounded by the wrong people. And for me, I'm extremely fussy around who I surround myself with, the inputs that I feed my mind. And Jamie's an individual that's always 5 moves ahead, whether it's around things that are going on in AI or in the health space, a podcast that he's just launched with some of the biggest tech founders in the UK. And yeah, it's pretty solid session, solid to catch up. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm back here now at Purley for a few appointments, and then Kelly is out at a baby shower this afternoon, so I've got the madness to myself later today. So my mum's coming over to help out. You know, when you're a dad, sometimes you need an extra pair of hands. So when you call your mum to come over, I'm blessed enough to have her come and relieve me or help out with the chaos. All right, Saturday morning, let's get it. Yo! Hello! What's good, bro? What's going on?
Let's have a look at this console room. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Needs a bit of life injected, but we can work with this. Yeah. A little bit of plant, some lights, a little candle. How you doing, mate? All right, team. So we're gonna wrap up the vlog here. I hope you've enjoyed it. But before I let you go, I want to share something that I think can help you, because sometimes, especially in videos like this, you look at it and go, wow, it looks amazing what you're doing on a day-to-day. It looks so cool. You may think it's completely boring. And most of the time it is pretty boring, to be fair. It's pretty much the same thing every day. It's me training, it's me being with the family, it's me pushing in business, making decisions and trying to grow a company that I really see going 10x where it currently is. And that's what gets me up in the morning. But also what you've got to realize is that there are so many things that happen that I haven't been able to take you on this journey with. The no's, the doors closed in my face, and that happens more than 10 times in a week. And there's been even an occasion this week where I've got the girls to bed on Wednesday evening to head back out to the gym to take an appointment at 8 p.m. for them to not show up. And all through my life, I can directly correlate areas of massive growth. And it's when I've had doors thrown in my face, when I've had no's, when I've had people who have let me down or haven't been able to, carry out, there's one of the gyms just here, carry out part of the mission that I thought they were going to be able to. And ultimately you need to be resilient enough. You need to build a thick enough skin and build enough reps to go through that, to understand that, you know what, I need to keep pushing. I need to open up more doors. I need more doors closed in my face, because that's giving me feedback to know that I'm on the right path. If every door is opening up for you, easy, without the work being put in, you're probably not pushing hard enough for a big enough goal. And although we're talking about one person here not showing up for an appointment, it just gives you insight into what I am prepared to do in order to grow my business. I'm prepared to go back to a gym to sign up one person, because I know that one sign up can massively affect that person's life and grow the business. Because what I communicate to the world and the marketplace is that I want to help more people. And for me, booking that in the calendar is me sharing that I want more opportunity, I want more pipeline, I want more people, I want to grow this business. And I see the same when I bought the house that you've just seen, and you've seen the building works that have been going on. I've been wanting that house for 8 months. The amount of times I got no from the agent, I even had to bowl in there and try and persuade them to unaccept an offer they had already accepted. This is the people who were selling the house. I wrote letters, I wrote emails, just to be able to get to the point that if that buyer that they had pulled out, they'd think about us. And lo and behold, me and my family are on holiday in Turkey, and I get a phone call to say, hey, these guys have pulled out, are you still interested? And they came to me, not because we had put an offer in, but because we made it clear that we were extremely serious about moving forward with this property. So whatever you see anybody have, or you see what I have, the lovely family, the home, the business, the people around me, it's because I've had to find those people. It's because I've had to hunt for that opportunity. It's because I've had to do the grunt work and eat the shit. And, I think this video, closing out on this, is pretty perfect, because I've been able to share with you stuff going on in the business, stuff going on at home, and all of those things have been factors of decisions I've made on the other side of a no. And life is a whole load of dualities. At every yes, there's a no, and on every no, there's a yes. So, guys, I wanted to leave that with you. If you found value from this video, please like it, subscribe it, and if you want to subscribe to it, and if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Drop a comment. Follow me on Insta, LukeTurner_official. I'm heading home now to be with the family, and unwind, rest, and get ready for a big week. Let's freaking go. Touch back down at home. It's been a solid week. I don't know if you remember, beginning of this week, that thing was deep over there. We had trees galore, we had all sorts, we had fires going on. Soil went down today, and we have now got an in and out drive, which is pretty sick. What do you guys think? We're going to eventually have, well, this will be starting from next week, a fence going from here to the corner there with a gate to just make things a little bit more safe for the girls. And then it's time to get some grass down and some plants, which isn't my forte. Funny story about that lamp. It's Kelly's favourite part, and it unfortunately fell out the other day, landed, smashed. We've got a new bit coming now. This is a bit of kit. It's pucker though. It's really nice. We really like this. So yeah, one of my favourite things is just the peace and quiet and the birds tweeping.